the Eastern Conference. And one of the teams, it looks like a budding rivalry in the East, Philadelphia and Brooklyn, Rob. Last night, I talked about it on the show. Big MVP matchup, right? Jokic versus Embiid. Neither one of them had like a really, eye-popping performance.
Right.
Embiid did have nice numbers, 33 points, I believe 8 rebounds, maybe 9 rebounds. Jokic had 22 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, but sat a good chunk of the fourth quarter when his team made a run. And so, he played fine, but he wasn't like the big key for them. Yeah, Embiid had 34 points, 9 rebounds. But I've said this, Robin, you can attest to it. I think that Harden, one of the things he liked about being in Brooklyn was that you had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving there to really, take over at the end of games.
Take the pressure off him, right?
Yeah. He could just be the playmaker. He's a great playmaker, run the show, and those two guys would take the big shots. Well, in Philadelphia, you notice that's one of my concerns with them going forward. He's going to have to be one of those guys to take the shot. Sometimes it'll be in Embiid, but it's going to be Harden and Embiid in most cases. Like, even if those guys don't take the shot, you need them to be aggressive in the clutch. And here was the scenario, Rob, last night. Denver's up 113-110, about 13, 14 seconds left. Harden's dribbling the ball up court on the left side. He gets double teamed. They screen. Embiid sets a screen for him. And then Embiid kind of pops out toward the half court line, and they double Harden to get the ball out of his hands, Denver. So he makes the right play. He kicks it to Embiid, who's, kind of at the top of the key. And Jokic is backing off Embiid. Like, he's giving him the three. He's giving him like 6 feet, giving him the three because he knows, he can't really stay in front of him. And Embiid, who was 3 for 3 from three-point range, Rob, didn't take the shot. It wasn't egregious. It wasn't like he was, 15 feet away. But clearly Embiid could have taken the shot. And instead he passes it to George Niang. Niang was 2 for 10 from 3. Niang takes a 3 from the left corner and shoots it off the side of the backboard. And they go in to lose. Now, Yang is a good three-point shooter. He's 40%. Corner 3 is an easy shot, from three-point range. So I get, it's not like he went to a scrub. But I thought Embiid should have taken that shot, Rob. And that's going to be a big concern for me. Yeah. I mean, I'm already worried about Harden, right? What's he going to do in the clutch? And now what's Embiid? Rob, because you remember quickly before you go, you remember all those times under Brett Brown when they would blow leads. I'm thinking mainly Boston in the playoffs. Right. And they would be close. Games would be close. Philly would be even leading earlier in the game, and they couldn't close. And we blame Brett Brown. And now I'm looking at Embiid and saying, some of it was him too. And now you got Harden. They haven't had a guy to really close since Jimmy Butler, who was only there for a cup of coffee and a sweet roll to use your
Very nice, Chris. Phrase. Very nice use of that. Very nice. I'm impressed.
Last stat I'm going to throw at you, Rob, before you go. Here's the worst field goal percentage on shots to tie or take the lead in the fourth quarter or overtime with 10 seconds left in the last 4 years, including playoffs. Now, I know that's a mouthful. Joel Embiid's number 5. 2 for 15, 13%.
Wow. Okay, now let me say this to you. After they got off to the first 5 games, you remember how they looked?
Yep.
And they were rolling, and people were like, oh, I don't know.
Yep.
It don't feel as good now, Chris, does it?
No. It kind of feels like Brooklyn put something on them.
These are some of the reservations you had earlier. Now, I'm not, just about them hooking up, but now as you look at who's going to be the big kahuna, Chris, at the end of the game.
Right.
And James Harden was in the perfect spot where it's not that he couldn't make any shots, Chris, but there was no pressure in Brooklyn.
Right.
There's no pressure. Like, if I don't make it, we're going to lose. No, okay, I missed it. Kevin Durant got the next one. Kyrie's knocked down big shots. Like, it's a totally different. You could play way more relaxed.
Absolutely.
And now in Philly, you got two guys who haven't done that. And now, if people are looking, I'm not saying Philly doesn't have a shot at anything. You just don't know how it plays out.
Right.
But it doesn't feel as good as it did just 10 days ago.
Well, Rob, since Brooklyn went in there, and I'm not saying they snatched Philly's heart or Kyrie snatched Harden's heart for good, but I thought that night they did. And Kyrie
came in there with a
Harden.
purpose, Chris,
Yep.
right? Like I'm guarding you. Come on.
Yep.
I'm guarding you.
And he destroyed Harden. And since then, they edged a horrible Atlanta team or Orlando team that the Nets are demolishing right now. They edged them, Philadelphia. They lost to Denver at home. And like you said, it just is not feeling as good right now. And this is one argument, Rob, for Harden going to Daryl Morey, his boy, who's the GM, and saying, you know what? Let me sign that contract extension.
Yeah, where's that extension?
As soon as possible.
Where's that money? Can I sign it?
And I think, Rob,
can I have Princess sign it first, and then I'll sign it?
Right. Doc's gonna be. I think Doc knows he's on the hot seat too.
You think so?
I mean, I just think I'm not reporting anything, but I'm just saying. I mean, they gotta go deep in the playoffs, Rob. Like they probably gotta. They can't have another bad playoff run. Let's say that, like a blown 3-1 lead, or you lose to an Atlanta or some bad team that sneaks into the play. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think they have to win it by any stretch, but they better ball. You know what I'm saying? Like they better play well.
Well, we said that when they hired Doc. You remember coming off of that collapse and everything. We thought it was very risky.